In a world ravaged by war and teetering on the brink of mass starvation, one man stood against the tide of hunger that threatened to engulf humanity. This is no tale of fiction. This is the true story of Norman Borlaug, scientist, warrior against famine, and the man who would save 1 billion lives. The year is 1944. As the world burns in the inferno of World War II, a silent, insidious enemy marches across continents: hunger. But in the unlikeliest of places, hope is about to take root. Enter Norman Borlaug, a young, brilliant scientist from the heartland of America. Armed with nothing but his wits, an unbreakable will, and a revolutionary vision, Borlaug is about to embark on a quest that will change the course of human history. His destination? The unforgiving wheat fields of Mexico. His mission? To do what many deemed impossible: revolutionize agriculture and feed the world. For 16 grueling years, Borlaug waged a relentless war against nature itself. Sleeping in the fields, battling insects, disease, and skepticism, pushed the boundaries of science to their breaking point. His weapons? Genetics, agronomy, and a stubborn refusal to accept defeat. His goal? To create a super wheat plant that could thrive where others withered, produce grain in quantities never before seen, and stand strong against the onslaught of disease and pests. And then, after years of heartbreak and near misses, breakthrough. Borlaug's new wheat varieties were nothing short of miraculous. They could produce up to 6 times more grain than traditional varieties. They were resistant to devastating rust diseases, and they could grow in harsh conditions that would have killed their predecessors. But Borlaug's battle was far from over. As news of his success spread, a new challenge emerged. Halfway across the world, India and Pakistan stood on the precipice of the largest famine in human history. The stakes couldn't have been higher. Millions of lives hung in the balance. Could Borlaug's super wheat save them? In a race against time, Borlaug packed 16,000 pounds of his miracle seeds and embarked on a desperate mission to the Indian subcontinent. What followed was nothing short of agricultural alchemy. Against all odds, in the face of bureaucratic resistance, skeptical farmers, and even war between India and Pakistan, Borlaug and his team worked tirelessly. The results defied imagination. In just 4 years, Pakistan's wheat production doubled. India's wheat harvest exploded from 12 million tons to a staggering 23 million tons in merely 5 years. The Green Revolution had begun. But for Borlaug, this was just the beginning. Like a man possessed, he took his revolution global. From the vast plains of China to the sun-baked fields of Africa, from the heights of the Andes to the depths of poverty-stricken villages, Borlaug's wheat spread like wildfire. And everywhere it went, famine retreated. The impact? Almost beyond comprehension. By some estimates, Borlaug's work saved over 1 billion lives. That's right, billion, with a B. He's been called the man who saved more lives than any other person in history. In 1970, the world finally took notice. Norman Borlaug was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. But for this humble scientist from Iowa, the real prize was seeing people fed. Borlaug's legacy didn't end with his Nobel Prize. His work laid the foundation for a new era in agricultural science. Today, scientists around the world stand on the shoulders of this giant, continuing his mission to push the boundaries of what's possible in feeding humanity. But Borlaug's revolution came with its own set of challenges. The intensive farming methods he championed raised concerns about environmental sustainability and biodiversity. Yet, in the face of these new challenges, Borlaug remained undaunted. In his later years, he advocated for a blue revolution in aquaculture and continued to fight for sensible policies to feed the world's growing population. Even into his 90s, Norman Borlaug never stopped fighting. His battle cry? Take it to the farmer. He knew that all the scientific advances in the world meant nothing if they didn't reach the people who needed them most. Norman Borlaug, plant breeder, humanitarian, fighter, visionary. A man who proved that with science, determination, and an unbreakable spirit, one person really can change the world. So the next time you see a field of golden wheat or bite into a piece of bread, remember Norman Borlaug, the unsung hero who stood against famine, defied the impossible, and saved 1 billion lives, 1 grain at a time.